Hi, I'm Anecita Agustinez. I'm an executive manager in the Office of Tribal Affairs at the Department of Water Resources. I'm a member of the Navajo Nation, and my traditional clans are Chortichitni, and I'm born for Ilocano. The tribal water stories are such an important and precious gift that we have at the Department of Water Resources. These stories are gifts to our department from tribal communities, tribal representatives, and tribal governments. We came about the tribal water stories as a part of engagement through the California Water Plan. And what was beautiful is that many tribes produced and had already produced documents of stories that they had been sharing, and they gave permission to the Department of Water Resources to produce these stories. With the graphic novels is just that next iteration of how then do we give back to the communities that have entrusted Department of Water Resources in holding these sacred stories. And so now with the opportunities for this technical assistance grant, one of the things is that educational component. You know, what I'm looking forward to with the tribal water stories, this allows for the youth to understand what is water, how important it is, and then the policy issues of how to protect those fish species in these streams, and also early discussions on tribal water rights. I also see it as celebrating cultural resilience and celebrating tribal knowledge and tribal science. And these are things that we do as policy in the department in terms of what is best available science and tribal ecological knowledge. You know, we're holding sacred stories, and these stories do not belong to us as technicians, as an agency, as an department. We are temporary holders of this knowledge, of this sacredness. And so I look at that as something that, you know, it's a gift to us, and that, you know, our ability to create these stories in collaboration with tribal partners is far more than I could ever imagine that we could do to give back to the communities. You know, one of the most important outcomes of this program and the collaboration has been trust building. You can never take the concept of trust very lightly. It is very precious. It can be long-lasting, and it can be fleeting, and it could be gone by just an innocuous mistake. Our goal at the Department of Water Resources is to really continue to build, continue to do our best. We understand we're not perfect, and we also understand that you only can do the best that you can and stay focused. What is the main goals of the program and the projects we do? I think that we value people, we value our relationships, and we know that we can't do our jobs without partners. And tribal communities, tribal governments have long been not a full partner in many projects statewide, not only with our department, but you can say this across the country. I believe when I feel that a tribe is willing to work with us and honor the goodwill that we're creating, and also we feel that we do have a trust relationship and that is our goal, we can't do the work we do without that continuous attempt at being honest, being authentic in what we do, and then of course the transparency, and then really honoring indigenous knowledge as intellectual property of the tribes. And that, you know, we also are caretakers with the permission of the tribes to help share their stories. And that we have through trust and trust building, which is so foundational to the work that we do. And I believe that our department believes that very strongly, not only with tribal governments, with all the communities we work with, especially in the URCTA program, because this program, you know, is outreaching to small farmers. It's outreaching to underrepresented communities and people that have been underinvested by many bond and grant programs historically. And so being able to see how we're utilizing this funding to reach all these various community partners with that collaboration and with that trust building has really, really been a strong accomplishment. I'm really proud of the work we do and the team that has been behind it, ensuring that we are going forward with those goals in mind.